So this morning, I was listening to the radio this morning, and there was a discussion about fake websites. Scammer sites, websites that sell either non-existent goods or fake or counterfeit goods, that type of thing. We know what fake websites are, but they've been around forever. Now, there was an expert. This was on national radio this morning. There was an expert on, they had this guy on the telephone from Trading Standards. In the UK, Trading Standards very quickly is just like a local council-run government-backed agency which is there to enforce consumer protection. Now, the expert was asked to tell the listeners what to look out for when trying to spot fake websites in order to identify fake websites and keep themselves safe. The first piece of advice that he gave on national radio was this. He said, look for the lock in the browser, in the address bar, the URL. Look for the padlock and make sure it's on HTTPS. This is wrong. This has absolutely no relevance in spotting fake websites. It has no significance whatsoever in spotting fake websites. This information, it's wrong, it's misleading, dangerous even, on national radio to give this information out. The padlock has no significance whatsoever in spotting fake websites. We have to make that absolutely clear. In this video, we will cover some tips to look for in terms of trying to spot fake websites if you're making purchases online. We will cover that, but firstly, let's explain the padlock and why so many websites still to this day on the internet advise you to look for the padlock in order to spot a fake website. There are countless consumer advice websites on the internet still to this day giving that as one of their tips, one of their pieces of advice. It has no relevance. Let's explain what the padlock does. So I've quickly thrown this diagram together and we'll try and explain what the padlock does in the browser, what the HTTPS, the S standing for secure, actually does. You've got communication between your device, be it an iPad or computer, and the scammer website, the fake website that you're trying to avoid. The HTTPS in the browser means that this connection is secure. You have a secure connection directly with this scamming website. The only protection that this gives you is that other hackers will find it more difficult to intercept that information en route between you and the scam website. That's it. Now, I totally get where this misleading information has derived from. And some years ago, when HTTPS became the standard, the general advice was not to enter your credit card details into a website that didn't have the padlock. That advice, of course, still stands, but things have moved on from then. In fact, most modern browsers won't even allow you to access the website in the first place without pre-warning you that the website is unsecure. Now, the padlock, anyone can purchase a website domain within 5 minutes. You can go on the internet, you can purchase a website domain, put a hosting package together and host a website. The padlock, the HTTPS SSL certificate comes with the package. There are no background checks done. Absolutely no It is illegal to register a domain name under a false information, but there are no background checks carried out whatsoever when issuing these secure certificates. So we've established that checking whether the website has a padlock in the browser address bar has no significance on whether the website is fake or genuine. What should we be looking for? What is the advice? What is the up-to-date advice in spotting fake websites? The first thing you do is check the reviews. Open up a new tab, take the time, make the effort. Take the 5 minutes to read through the reviews, not on the website itself, not read our customer reviews. Go to a third-party site such as Trustpilot for online retail Similarly, TripAdvisor for any hospitality or travel companies. Trustpilot for retail, incredibly good. They have some fantastic filters in place which will detect and remove fake reviews. You're paying attention to the dates. If the dates only date back 2 months, you know the site's not been around for long. It won't take you long to scroll down and read the scam reviews that are on there as well. However, beware, because a lot of these scams, they're launched and it's a quick fire type thing. So if there aren't any reviews at all on Trustpilot, it's a fake website. Website owners, if you don't have any reviews on Trustpilot, if you don't have any genuine reviews, you're going to have to wait until you get some good reviews before you'll start selling anything and don't look like a scammer. Trustpilot. Now, also on Trustpilot, it's worth mentioning what they do. They take a little screenshot of the site that you're checking up on. What this helps you do is to identify whether it's this site or if it's a cloned company. So make sure the screenshot kind of matches up to the site that you're checking up on. So we've checked the reviews. Before we exit that subject, it's worth mentioning also, if you have had a good experience of a website, if you've purchased from a site and they have provided excellent service and they have and the goods have arrived on time as described, take the time to leave that company a good review. It is hugely important because everyone's quick to complain, but generally speaking, you order something and it arrives and you kind of get on with life. Take the time, go back and leave a good review for companies that provide good service. That is just as important. Then it will help others. Run a Whois. What's a Whois? A Whois, if you want to run a background check on a domain name, a website address, then run a Whois. If the domain name is .com, then open up a new tab and head straight for who.is and type in the domain name there. The two pieces of information that you're looking for the date that it was created. If the website was created within the last 6 months, you can assume that it's either a brand new site who are just getting underway. But of course, if that website also on their website claimed to be established in 2002, but they only created the domain 6 months ago, you know it's a scam, get out of there. The other piece of information is the location. If the company claimed to be in Germany, but the domain name was registered in Indonesia, this information you can find running a Whois check on a domain name. Next up, pay with credit card. Credit cards, of course, offer, this is common sense really, when buying anything online. This is whether it's with a reputable seller or a seller that you have never heard of before. Paying online by credit card gives you, the consumer, protection. There is protection, liability protection in place with credit cards. What that means, if something does go wrong, recouping the money is far, far easier if you pay by credit card. On the subject of payment methods, never, this is the golden rule, never, ever, ever, ever pay by bank transfer. If a company insists or even suggests that you should pay by bank transfer, don't just exit the site, report them. They are scammers. If you are a company watching this and the only payment method you accept is bank transfer, you look like a scammer. The onus is on you to get in place a reputable payment gateway. You look like a scammer. If all you take is bank transfer, you look like a scammer, because that is what a scammer will suggest. They will send you an email saying, sorry, your order couldn't be completed because there was a problem with your card. However, if you want this shipped by Monday, we can do that for you if you send the money via bank transfer. These are scams. Get out of there, report them. It's a scam. Now, payment failures. We just mentioned their payment gateways. Reputable online sellers will use reputable payment gateways. There's a new system in place called 3DS version 2, 3D Secure version 2, which allows for biometric verification and such like. Now, these have to conform to PCI compliance and all sorts of different things. It's quite difficult for scammers to set up and put in place PCI compliance without conforming to all the correct address and everything else that goes with that. So when you're paying online, you're using a reputable payment gateway. If the payment fails, alarm bells should ring straight away. The reason for this, reputable payment gateways do not fail. If you own a business and you sell online and your gateway does fail regularly, you unfortunately, again, you look like a scammer. Again, the onus is on you to change supplier and get a gateway that works. Payment gateways do not fail. If you put your card details into a website and hit pay now, the worst case scenario, let me try and explain what's just happened. What you thought was a checkout page was in fact a contact page disguised as a checkout page. You've entered in your card details, your name, your address, your security, your 3-digit security number, and you've hit pay now, which is disguised. It's actually a send button. What you've just done, you've just sent your credit card details via a contact form to someone on the other side of the world who's sitting there with an inbox full of credit card details. The first thing to do if the payment fails, do not try again. The first thing to do is call the telephone number. Doesn't matter what hour of the day it is, call the telephone number on the back of your card. There is a telephone number on the back of your debit or credit card. You preferably use credit card. Call the number on the back of the card. Explain to them what's just happened and that you're alarmed and you're concerned. They will advise you from there. They will put your account on higher alert, which means that the unauthorized payments cannot leave your account. You will have to go through telephone verification and such like until the restriction is lifted. They will advise you from there. If the payment fails, it's likely you've just been scammed. Call that number straight away on the back of your card. Okay, is the offer too good to be true? One of the oldest rules in the rule list of online shopping. I will not insult your intelligence by explaining this one to you. What we will do though is just expand on this slightly and talk about in-demand products. If there is, let's say for example, it's Christmas time and there is an in-demand children's toy that's sold out everywhere. You can't buy them anywhere from reputable online sellers, but you discover a website that not only is their stock plentiful, but it's actually cheaper as well than the others. Bargain. Oh, no, it's a scam. So anything in demand. Recently, a good example of this, recently we've seen energy prices rising and we've seen a huge demand in air fryers as people were looking to cut the costs of their energy by using their oven less perhaps and use air fryers. The demand went through the roof. They were sold out on all reputable platforms. They were sold out, but scammers pounce on these opportunities and start to list these things. So if it's an in-demand product and you only find them on one site, then do beware. How did you find the website? The website that you're about to purchase and make this purchase from. Did you receive the link in an email? If you did, it's a scam. If you received a random email saying we sell such and such a product, firstly, they are breaking GDPR rules by emailing you in the first place without your consent, so it's likely to be a scammer. If you found on a search engine the product you were looking for, how was it listed on that search engine? Was it a sponsored ad? Or was it an organic search result? If it was an organic search result, if it says sponsored or ad, the person selling that has paid to put that in front of you. Simple as that. If it was an organic search, then it's actually, the seller is better off actually continuing to sell these things for real because they'll sell more of them and make more money. Now, older rules that apply when online shopping, never assume that a website is genuine because you didn't notice any spelling errors. Well, I was buying that fridge. How much was it? £500. Okay. Well, usually £600. But I didn't notice any spelling mistakes. There are consumer advice websites out there that recommend that the first thing you check for are spelling and grammar errors within the site. Scam websites are far more advanced. They're more sophisticated. They know, the scammers know what advice is being given to consumers. They know to check the spelling on their websites and make sure that somebody that speaks that language natively. That's where the problem came before. The problem was always via translation. They know to spend the money on I almost said that at the name of a company. They know to spend the money and get that thing checked over to make sure the grammar and the spelling is all in place. It's not a factor to consider. Looking professional. Fact. There are reputable retailers. There are online retailers that have been selling successfully for years on the internet, providing a fantastic service, whose websites look dreadful. They look outdated. They look horrible. At the same time, there are scam websites, fake websites that look amazing. Never complete a purchase on a website with the thinking that, well, but it looked professional. It didn't look like a scam site. That doesn't apply anymore. Scammers are investing time and money into the layout, the design, the far more sophisticated now. Never say, well, it looked. It doesn't apply. It simply does not apply. Scammer websites, generally speaking, look better than genuine retailers. Okay, the other piece of advice, this contacts, privacy and return pages. If you search the internet for advice on spotting scam websites, I don't know why they do this. Look at their contacts, privacy and returns pages. Again, we're repeating ourselves here. Scammers know this. They know it's worth spending time, money, effort into making sure that their contact page has a telephone number. The privacy and returns pages all look legitimate. The more sophisticated, the better the website looks, the more convincing it will be. And finally, it has a padlock. We've covered this. If you missed it, it's back at the beginning of the video. I myself present on local radio, and this is a subject that I've covered on air on several occasions. I've, over the years, interviewed police officers and trading standards officers, and over the years we have given collectively the correct and relevant advice, but the advice changes on how to spot fake websites. The hope is, with this video, if this video has saved one person or saves one person from getting scammed, then it's mission accomplished. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.